Hey everybody, welcome. We are gonna jump into a Strixhaven Premier Draft here. Second event of the day. The first one didn't go so well, but that just gives us time to do another one. So we're gonna jump in here. I don't know if we're gonna finish YouTube friends. This is likely to be a partial, so keep that in mind. But I will get it going and we'll see how far we get before I have to sign off today. We were doing some practice for the upcoming Arena Open, and it was a disaster, a sealed disaster. So we're going to try to cleanse the palate here on some draft and see if that makes us feel a little better. One thing that makes you feel better is some retail therapy. If you're a Magic player, your retail therapy destination is cardkingdom.com. They're my sponsors. You can make yourself feel better with the bling you need for your latest commander deck. Maybe you've got your eye on FNM Standard coming back up. Maybe you've got your vaccinations in progress and you sense some magic coming this summer. If you want to get your deck ready for FNM this summer, well, get yourself to cardkingdom.com and use my affiliate link. Let them know you got there from here, and they're going to have everything you need to get set up for that. And if they are missing anything, you can put in a wish list, and they all the time. I put in a wish list like on a Monday because they were out of stock on something. It was back in stock 2 days later. So the wish list stuff, the turnover on inventory is so fast and furious at Card Kingdom that if they are missing something and you like their service and everything about them, like I do, seriously, check out the back order. There's a wish list feature, and there's another one, a restock notice. I use the restock notice. Like, wish list is something for you to go look, but if you want to be notified, use the restock notice, and they do restock things so quickly that it will be legit. So let's jump in here. I'm going to spend gems again. We have 3 buy-ins for the open saved up, but if I were to, and it's not like I'm going to get to a 4th, but if I use any gold, I drop below 3 buy-ins and go to 2 point something. So we're going to go ahead and do it this way. Get into the draft view here. Desert Shaman, that's hilarious. What? I had gems, I spent them. What do you want from me? I've never seen... Oh, yeah, we saw this the other day. This was a pretty... 5 toughness, as we've seen, is a pretty important toughness number in the format. So a 2-5 is for real. But beyond that, this is like... You could put an uncommon symbol on this, and I wouldn't be taken aback or anything. So let's see if there's anything better for us. Boy, pretty weak pack, though. The other powerful stuff is all double colored. I'm not sure we want to start on Woe Eater or Apprentice or Shield Mage or Researcher. If we did, I think it would be Apprentice. Woe Eater has been fine, but actually not amazing unless you super build around it, in my experience. I'm going to go ahead and take the rare, but only because the pack is pretty darn weak. There's a Bookworm. Gain some life and power out a Bookworm seems cool. What's this thing? You take the Titan and try to get that going. I've never done this thing. But I feel like Bookworm might be the better choice here, especially given where we started. What do you think? Titan or Bookworm? We got 40 seconds. I'll do a 20-second poll. Curious. Sorry for yelling. I accidentally hit the caps lock there. Bookworm. Bookworm 1, we'll do that. It's more flexible. This is really the grown-up pick. The Titan is the fun pick. I don't blame you for choosing the fun pick, but we're going to take the grown-up pick. I think that's totally the grown-up pick. Now then, Drawing cards is good if we end up in black-green. Letter of Acceptance I've come way up on, especially for trying to get bookworms and ramp. So like I like letter here, I think. Or the dual land summoning. Yeah, this is also totally fair, picking up your sideboards. But I think I like heading towards our ramp strategy here with either campus or letter. I'm gonna take letter. Cultivate continues the plan. Cram Session appeals to me because it says the word learn on it. Burying Books, good interaction, so is Onslaught. But here I like Cultivate. Really got a nice start, clear plan here. This tends towards Quandrix, so I'm expecting to be in blue, but we can end up Witherbloom as well. I'd be really surprised if the Titan wheels. Somebody is going to be in Witherbloom and go for that. Or they're just going to, you know, it's a rare. Like, I'll take the rare. The pack didn't seem that great, so it's like, I don't see how 7 people find something else to take besides the rare from that pack. All right, this is interesting. We can finally get a lesson into the sideboard. Flunk is solid removal. Pledge Mage is a fine body, but we can pick those up later. I think it's either Flunk for the main deck removal or Introduction for the sideboard removal. I guess Flunk still being here is pretty signally, and we are heavy green, so we can totally do this. Like, we can just lean towards the Witherbloom. This is cool for getting a summoning on our team. These are both interesting. Cram Session and Infuse. Campus just gets fixing done, but we're kind of doing the fixing thing. Like Campus is, if we had no fixing, I'd be a little bit more on the Campus plan. But I think we should take Inkling, Cram Session, or Infuse. Cram Session is the most flexible. But black does seem open, right? So I think we should go ahead and take Infuse or Inkling. I'm going to take the Inkling. Let's get that going out of the board. Here is a Campus we could take, or we can just take a Leech Fanatic. Not super exciting, but it's a 2-drop, as we've seen, if you don't get that taken care of. Yeah, we can also take Blood Researcher. I've not really been too impressed with this, but we can start trying to focus on some life gain more. Accomplished Alchemist cares about life gain too. All right, we'll take the gold card and see about making it work. On that front, Arrogant Poet is the better curve filler, and we don't have any 2s yet, not creature-wise. This is on plan, but not super exciting. We cut one of these in our last deck, you know. So it's one of those 2. I just worry that if we go on the Karok, we end up regretting our lack of 2s. But it's early enough, and we are life gain focused enough that I think we can take it. Yeah, it's not super exciting, but it is doing the thing. Yeah, I don't know, Math. Maybe you're right. I made that last switch. We'll see if I regret it. We're going to need 2s eventually. Maybe we take this one, though. I certainly don't mind a Biblioplex Assistant. We've seen this do some good work. But now I am going to take a Campus Guide. And this is nice. Burying Books still here. Maybe we should take note of that. But it's also hard to pass a 2 when I've just been talking about how we should not ignore them. So I do like this Bury, but I'm going to be very disciplined and stock our 2s. I like a Crushing Disappointment in this style of deck. Seems like chat really wanted the splash potential of the book, Berry and Books, and I get it, but you certainly get it too, right? That I'm prioritizing twos. Hard to argue too hard against prioritizing twos, but I could certainly end up regretting that particular pick. We could take a reduce as to have that option, but I think another campus guide is okay. It's just okay though. I don't think we want any more of these if we can help it. Study break we'll take and put in the board for now. Campus comes around. We were considering that first time around, as I recall, so that's good to see. And last pick, Dissector. Not great, but good to see it last. Now we've got Sparring Regimen, which is just so powerful, we're going to take it. We have Cultivate, we have Campus Guide, we have Letter of Acceptance helping us splash. Oh, Stream Dead for Jim. Looks like, hopefully it's just Jim. Regimen looks great though, so we're going to take it and look to get the white splash going. Yeah, it also happens to say learn on it, but I got a bunch of foil strict proctors for bulk prices, like $1.20 each or something, because I just feel like this has potential to self-help people, you know, but that's a side question. Let's take Lash here. Some interaction looks good to me. Poet, we can try and wheel. Expanded Anatomy would be okay in the board, but Lash is nice. I find Lash excellent in the format. Village Rites. Pretty good with green-black, given the number of pests you end up making. But we could just take the Sciences. Set us up for that splash potential. Let's take it. It's always good to get one of those environmental sciences in your board. It just feels like it opens up everything. Even though we had pretty good fixing already. And here we'll take an Annihilation. Only one learn card right now, but we will keep an eye out. What are you oofing about, Math? You like Ephemerate? I mean, you really need to be doing something with it. What are we doing with it? Like, we're Bookworm? Like, yeah, Bookworm Ephemerate sounds good, but that's a stretch. I think we just take this. Cross and Grip, solid for what it does. I don't know if we main deck it though. We can take an Amplifier, continuing to shore up our twos. Amplimancer, I should say. I think Amplimancer beats out the Grip, although this is gems. You know, like with for those of you up against it on your gems, keep in mind that some of these showcase type cards go around and they're rares and they're easy gems. I'm gonna take the Amplimancer though, since we are pretty good on that stuff. Another letter, Prof, but Infuse is interesting. Got to make sure we're not too low on creatures. Bear Professor is pretty good. But I like the tricky Death Touch. How are we doing on creatures? Yeah, I'm going to take the Death Touch trick. Arch. We are also looking to do some life gainy stuff, so Arch is really actually quite good for us. This is pretty great. Right on plan. Campus, also good. This is what we're looking to splash. We could take Plum the Forbidden and try to do some nonsense there, but I think just Campus, given our desire to play this regimen, is going to be fine. Don't mind an introduction to Prophecy either, but I'm going to keep the fixing going. Expel is definitely splashable for us. Arrogant Poet did come back around. We'll take that as a 2 we're willing to play. Another campus, but the village rights came around as well. Maybe our fixing is good enough that we can just take a rights here. This is so nice for us, though. I have a hard time prioritizing the tricks. I'll take them if they come, but I can't pass those campuses. I like casting my spells. Y'all know that. But I'll take a combat trick if they come my way. I just don't like taking it in that spot over that stuff. Like, we want Infused with Vitality to be our combat trick, basically. This is what we want to be running. I think it's playable. I don't think it's, it's just filler interaction. Filler level interaction, but not unplayable by any stretch. If you need interaction, it interacts. Wrong rare for us. We're not going to push in that direction. Even though we have so much fixing, we could probably just do the green, 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 green. I'm liking Rise. Or, yeah, Unwilling Ingredient is interesting, but I don't know. I want to do more sacrificing for value before I'm happy with Ingredient. So let's just take the Rise. Putrefy, right on plan for our deck. Get in our deck Putrefy. Wouldn't mind another Rise either, but we're taking the instant speed 3 mana destroy anything bugging you. Yeah, Closing Statement is pretty good. Channel is funny, but I don't think we have nowhere to go with the channel. Take the Mythic for gems though if you want. No shame there. In fact, I think you just get straight 40 gems. Pledge Mage. Really the Snarl. You like the Zoomancing. Professor of Zoomancy is also possible. The Bear. Let's look at our curve here. That might help understand things a little better. Yeah, we're low enough at 4 that we could just drop a Zoo Prof. Yeah, this is just straight gems. Like, you take this, it's straight up 40 gems. No shame in doing that if you're gem conscious. Okay, Study Break, as it says learn on it. Take Servan. I'll probably wheel that, though. I guess if we take a medium thing that has the potential to gain life, I'd rather take the Pledge Mage or the Karok over the Servan. Trouble with Channel Bookworm is that it's still 2 cards, and you still need like 3 green to pull that off. Where am I at here, though? I need to pick something. I think... Actually, this is easier to cast. I'm going to take the easiest to cast one. I didn't think I was going to end up there, but I actually like that given the curve and everything. We can take Pest Summoning for the board. That seems good. Arrogant Poet's playable, but we're not really prioritizing them in any meaningful way. Unwilling Ingredient here seems okay. The draft is okay too. This is this also works the life gain angle. But I think we can take an ingredient here. Someone was asking if I think Stone Rain is playable and limited. The answer is no. It's just never going to be worth that card. But look, it's more free gems. You want 20 gems, you can take that. Not that you get it immediately. Cram Session for some final learning over the Zoomancy, another Professor of Zoomancy. And it does the life gain thing, which is something we're actually up to, so I'm taking Cram Session. Here's the type of like if I get a big play here, I would consider it. But again, we have our interaction in Fuse, so I don't think we'd ever really play that. Have a Crushing Disappointment. Will we play 2? Maybe. This is a pretty controlling build, and we are looking to gain life. I think I would play 2 of these before I'd play a big play in this particular deck. Ingredient came back. So did Letter. Kind of just like another Letter, really. Unwilling Ingredient number 2 is fine, but not amazing. And Letter replaces itself and helps us ramp to Bookworm and Rise. The idea of it's the idea that you eventually 4x the set. If you're never going to 4x the set, it does not count as gems. But if you are a collection builder who eventually builds the set, it is. Whoever eventually completes the set. Nothing much here. We'll take the thing that says learn vault progress, whatever. Not playing that. Hey, look at that. Wow. So the table's given us free gems. I'm going to take it. I mean, we might play this Poet, but our deck is looking strong. I'm not passing 40 gems. This is legit 40 gems because it's not legal anywhere. So that's just 40 gems for our pile. And we have both of these options. I'm going to take the Leyline. This is somewhat on plan with the lifelink, but this is some top end, and we don't have that much top end, and we've got a lot of ramp, so I like being able to get to the top end and do something. We'll take a Poet here anyway, and Servant. We got some options. At least we finally have some cuts instead of some tough ads. There's the 40 for the channel. And no, we're not playing channel. It just doesn't do enough. All we could do with it is power out a Bookworm, and that's not strong enough to do that for... Because it's only good if we specifically go Forest, 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 and like Bookworm on 3. It's like, okay, whatever. Shouldn't have wasted wild cards on Mystical Archive cards. Well, not on the. I mean, you only get auto gems on the ones that are banned in all formats. Channel is not legal in any format on Arena except for draft when you draft it, and because of that, they just immediately give you back gems for it. If I had an Ugin in this deck, would I include Channel? Probably not. Again, that's just a 2-card combo. I don't mind 2-card combos when each side of the combo is good on its own, but Channel is stone unplayable without comboing it with something. Right. Only there's like, I think there's 4. I believe there are 4-ish archive cards that are not played anywhere and give you snap gems back. It's Channel, Dark Ritual, Swords to Plowshares, and like one other one I'm missing, I think. Somebody will come up with it. 7 banned in Historic. Is it 7? Lightning Bolt? Yeah, so maybe there's more than 4. But the point is there's just a handful of them that snap give you gems back. All right, 7 cuts on this. At least. Let's look at creatures. Probably want to ditch some of these weaker creatures. Probably get... What do we want more? Campus Guide or a Poet? I think the Campus Guides, given our desire to get to 8 mana, are probably a little bit better than Poets. I think I cut a Poet. And probably need to cut our least, like maybe a Crushing Disappointment. Maybe I need to give up a Letter, or maybe we play 16 lands with the double Letter. I guess we're best of 1 with a Cultivate and 2 Letters. And Environmental Sciences, so we could make this like a 16 lander in our counting. Yeah, Dissector's a good call. We should get rid of that. Not good enough. Well, Campus Guide can attack and block and comes out on 2. So, I mean, they just do different jobs. in the abstract, campus guides are less powerful than letters in the, but they do different jobs. These final cuts are going to be tough. Maybe just cut the unwilling ingredient, since we're not really doing any self-sacrifice. This is eventually trying to chump so that you can then get it. This is just like fairly low impact unless you're really doing the thing. And then, oh, these are tough cuts. I guess we could cut a Crushing Disappointment, and maybe the Expel, lighten the White Splash to really just the Sparring Regimen. Yeah, maybe we don't need 2 letters. I kind of like 2 letters given the 16 land, but we could even do 16 land, cultivate 1 letter. We're especially if we cut the Expel, and then we're only splashing the Regimen. I think this could work. Put the planes down to a single 1. And then our mana looks at 6, 7, 8 green, 6, 7, 8, 9 black. We don't want it that way. Well, actually, I guess green and black being fairly even is fine. I'm going to go with this, I think. And I'm going to leave the lands as is so I can get going. And what's the name? Well, we should do something about change the channel. How about change the channel? Any free memes? Let's find out.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
I hope there's a chance before we've even seen our opening hand. How many signups? I mean, if you're just asking how much gold I have maybe 5 across my multiple accounts. How many I plan to use, we'll see. It's a busy day that day, so it's my daughter's birthday, and she's certainly gonna, I don't need to do something all day with my daughter just because it's her birthday, but I do want to carve out some time for her as the priority, and then we'll see how it goes from there. This is keepable. Yeah, we could have called it channel number 5 because it's like we got gems back as though we got our 5th copy. That'd be funny. All right. Combo right out of the gate. You're doing environmental sciences. That's how the Overgrown Arch teaches you something. The sealed deck went terribly, Hammer. We did not win a game. 1 loss, 2 loss, 3 loss, 4 loss, done. We left in good spirits. It's all good. Gonna go Campus and Servan. Pretty good turn here in terms of playing a tap land and getting the Servan down for some more power here. And we're just gonna get aggro here. Send in. And it's every time I gain life, right? Yeah, we'll do it again. Absolutely, gain life, and we're racing. This is basically making a race of this. Servan can block even the Pledge Mage with 1 counter, or with, you know, so this is suspicious. Let's see, like a lot of mana. If it's a combat trick, they're presenting 5. You know, if it's a combat trick, they get to 1 for 1 us, right? Like, or really 2 for 1. Combat trick plus 1 of their 2 creatures, maybe. Yeah, it could be Barry. I'm gonna go ahead and send in though, and really with both. Let's make him have something, and we have Rise behind if this doesn't go well for any reason. Rise into Bookworm shortly after. Wow. No response. I think I'm just going to accept this and not gain life to get an extra point. Because I still am suspicious here. I can't believe this is connected. I'm stunned. Honestly. Leyline is good for us because it taps them out, only adds this much to the board, and we get to rise the token away, and they're in rough spot from there. They might just scoop it up. Gain some life. And scry. Although, I don't know. Yeah, great. Bin a land, that's fine. Gotta rise first. See if this causes a scoop. I mean, it's... yeah. Like, they just had to... It's a forced double chump. Like, we send this, they have to block with both. We pump, and they lose both creatures. That was not a winnable game unless they had a scoop. Interesting Tuesday. Yeah, I was a little less spoilery in my deck names early on in my YouTube run, and then I was like, there's no need to spoil it for YouTubers with deck names. And restrictions breed creativity, as a famous card designer I once worked with likes to say. So the restriction of not spoiling it for YouTube actually is just fun. It forces you to come up with something. Well, the record just got a little bit better. We added our first win of the day, everybody. We can still win sometimes at Magic the Gathering. Sometimes. What's up, Rocket? Somebody out there bugging you by existing? Probably. Rocket's going to let him know they got to think about their existence because he's not sure about it. I don't know about that. All right. Obviously keepable just on the strength of these 2 lands, but we need some help after that. We'll see if we get there. Obviously, Bookworm quite a ways away. So in a sense, hand is almost like a mulligan as it is, but I think this is better than a random 6, so we're going to keep. Basic land would be nice. We can poet. No basic for us. Now I just want any land. Although no land, we can still poet, but a basic land into Researcher would be nice. Oppo with the ramp play. And we did find our 3rd land. That's nice. I'm going to go ahead and play the Researcher, although we don't have any means to really grow it right now, but we'll get there. Or it'll die, and that's okay too. Gotta love these rainbow lands created by the emergent sequence. Gotta love your blue-green non-forest islands. Skulltide, very well played. Yikes! This card's busted. Well, it's very good, if not busted. Seven, I gotta do math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this doesn't even do anything right now. I would kill the land if it did. But we don't have land killer, so we'll send their creature and play the poet. Nothing else to do. Yeah, this pen is quite a bit mightier than the short sword. Interesting choice. I don't know. Let's see what they do here. My line would have been, I don't know their hand. I just like Inkling Summoning, get Poet's Quill on the summoning, but we will take this and see what happens. All right, well now we can... Flunk is an instant, so I like lashing the leech and then seeing if we can flunk at instant speed to get them on their turn, get that swamp on their turn. We'll see. Let's clear this and attack. I mean... You can come up with flavor justifications for just about anything because, well, first, because it's infused with magic. It's a magical item, and so it's a pen that happens to make you stronger because it's a magical item and magic is allowed to do that. But you could say that's just like, oh, it arms you with words in a way that makes you unassailable to your academic opponents. Because like, I guess one way to look at it flavorfully is that this is a university setting. In a university setting, words do make you stronger, right? So there you go. There's your flavor justification for what's going on there. No, it's a fractal carrying a sword. That's a big difference. All right, well, now we got the -3 and we can take out the swamp. We could decide that it's more important to take out the flyer, but I think we go ahead and kill the swamp. Make him re-equip. Also spends our mana here. I don't want to not spend our mana. If we draw a basic, we really want to cast this Professor. Crushingly disappointed by our draw. And we are just so up against it again. I mean, we can't block that, so I'm attacking. You think they'll block? Maybe they'll block. Block, block! A lot of bad students in this game. Oy, oy, oy. Well, we're gonna go Arch here so we can start gaining life, and at least next turn, I don't know. Well, yeah, we're gonna play this because it's literally the only thing we can play, Ryan. That's why you're doing it. We're going to cast this spell because we can. And casting things is generally how you win games of Magic. I'm behind on some stuff here. Let's see. We'll give you... how about... We'll go with a new one. This is a debut of Hat's version of the Spiteful Squad. Can't do anything now, so all right. And then here I owe you at least one arrogant poet.
Well, Miss Muffet sat on a tuffer.
We can give you this one.
Where are we going? To Neverland. 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 Oh, but Neverland.
Some argument for just sacking to learn, because we could find our mana fixer, our environmental sciences, but I don't know if we have a time for that. We're just so in trouble here in the air. Kind of feels like we have mana screwed ourselves to a loss here that we will shake off and jump back in, try for another one. Not another loss, try for another game. We don't try for losses, they find us naturally. Oh, I can still sack, huh? Do we want to? I was thinking it was a tap ability. We could sack and go learn, but again, what is the plan if we do that? We get a... we get an Inkling summoning and have something for the air, or that might be the reason to do it. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it because it actually gets us an Inkling summoning that can block their flyer. We better do that. If we find a land, we can consider other options, but it will be nice to have Get Up in the Air as one of our options. So, it was the right play, because it's keeping us alive, technically, but we'll see what the Scry does. Oh, Scry to the top probably means we're dead. Because the Scry to the top, I would never Scry anything to the top that didn't get rid of this Inkling. Just so. Well played, Oppo. Just not our game. Got stuck on 3. Moving on. Not even technically there. Because the block kills us. Technically, before the onslaught went on the stack, at least. All right, gang, I'm going to go for at least one more game. We'll see how it goes. Possibly more, but I do have a day waiting for me here. Let's see how many card orders I have to fill. It was 2 this morning, and now it's 3. Been adding new steadily adding a little bit of inventory every day here. That's one of the things I want to do this afternoon is add a ton of inventory. Turns out if you list cards, you can sell them. But they don't sell themselves. You do have to list them. Let's see, what's some cool cards that I've recently listed for sale? Oh, this one. Bought this from my buddy Adam. Sells me his draft chaff, and I sell a lot of it right back to Card Kingdom because a lot of his draft chaff is not expensive enough to be worth me handling. This was pretty. I like this one. It's the foil Gigan version of this card. You can go get that. I'll send that to you if you want it. What do we got? Cultivate. Look at this rough. This is just our day, isn't it? I mean, do you throw this back? This is our only planes. We're likely to find green. But if we don't, we're just dead in the water. We're on the play, which gives us some time to find green. Like if we found it by turn 3, it would be okay. But that's only 2 draws to find a source of green. I'm gonna mulligan, but I don't love this. All right, this is actually better. We can keep. We can pitch the swamp. Come on. Campus guide will find us green. Letter fixes everything else. Except I do need to actually, play a land. I think we have, didn't we have 8 or 9? Could have gotten the letter there, or the planes there, in case like our letter gets destroyed or something. We might want to have the planes because we're more likely to draw forests naturally. But I just went with that. And then here I like go ahead and just spending all our mana, letter into lash and attack. Ouch. What a card. You're already happy with 3 damage for 3 mana, and you just get to learn on top of it. This card is bonkers. Well, we get Amplimancer, and we do have Infuse to protect it, at least. Might crack the letter here. We do have high cost stuff we do want to cast with this, and I guess it is our splash, right? If we cash in the letter, we don't have any more white. Tough spell to manage. Let's see what we find. More land. Do we use this? Yeah, I guess at least we get to death touch it. So they get one hit in. If they don't pump it, they get one hit in, then they trade, but we get this back and this thing dies. So hopefully... Yeah, we also represent pump. That's a good point. I was forgetting that. Like, we do represent a 4/4 that's even better, but we'll see what if they even want to attack. All right, we're going to go ahead and save it because we kind of need to. They get to cast it for free, though, again. So maybe that didn't matter. This is just bad scene no matter what. And we probably need to go digging. Although if they run out of stuff to cast, I mean, I guess this is all just great to cast. They're going to do the learning one instead. I think we're going to lose this. We're just getting buried in advantage. It might have been a misplay, but I don't even, like, whatever. Like, we... if we don't do what I did, if I don't use this, then, well, we have an infused with vitality in our hand staring at us, and we're no farther along anyway. I'm trying to figure out if I need to crack this letter. But really, without anything else to, like, you know, this right now is hitting for 2 a turn, but not doing much more than that. I mean, I guess they anatomy it, and that gets rough. So I suppose we do need to find an out, but I'm going to give it one more turn because one of our outs is the, did we end up, oh, maybe we didn't splash it. Yeah, since we didn't splash the destroy tap creature, I am going to cash in this letter. And I mean, we're just in a tough spot. We can play this, but it just snap dies to the free removal. Maybe we do that so that they have to do it. Like, it just gets it done. But if we're in a spot where we just need to remove this, maybe we're just supposed to wait. Like, I'm going to wait one more turn. All this would do is force them to actually use the Pigment Storm. I guess we can block, but then that doesn't work either because they have this expanded anatomy. They put anatomy on this, we don't even have a good block. Yeah, it puts us farther from Worm, but I don't think Worm is like our out. I mean, I guess we were at 7. If we draw Worm, we're 1 land away, but it's not like we were, if we drew the Worm, we could cast it anyway. So now I'll at least play this and threaten the pump. But I think we're pretty darn dead.
He's dead, sir.
That man's dead back there.
Must be dead. He was worse than dead. His brain is gone.
A little early for the dead meme, but I don't see how we win this game. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess we do this and hope that we can at least take out this stupid thing. I don't think this is busted at all. I think that's the Hyperboles are gonna knock you down, D. Woo, 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 woo. Flame Painter is acting busted in this particular game because of how it played out, but in the abstract, this card has a ton of setup costs before it does anything. You need to get worthwhile instants and sorceries in your graveyard. You need to be able to successfully connect against an opponent with a 1-powered creature. It is not busted. Yeah, it's got great combos, anything that pumps its power. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying it's not busted. We are just dead, though. We pump and block this, and we're just dead to the others. So I'm going to give Oppo the credit of doing short math, easy math, and we'll scoop this up. In fact, I like the design of that card a lot because it's not busted unless you do the work. It's good to make achievable hoops that make you feel powerful and mighty when you get them to fire off. And because it's not busto, even as you're having fun getting your combo to work, like you're doing the work to get it to be good, your opponent at least feels like, but I can beat it if I find my removal, or if I do this, or if I have the expel. It's in a great place because it can be so busted feeling, but it's also not demoralizing to face, because as an opponent you feel like, well, it was a little demoralizing when I got way on the back foot there, but I still felt like, but I got outs, I can find this, I can find that. You can feel like you still have outs even though it's doing strong things. So I think those are great spots to have powerful limited rares. All right, well, we're close to just busting out of this thing. So speaking of busto, let's see if we bust out of the event. I'll give it one more run here. If we lose this, the event is over and we've completed the event. If I win this, though, I'm going to sign off and finish this either offline or later tomorrow or whatever. Little sketchy, we could get run over, but any land gives us cultivate into more cards, and we do have a couple of removal spells, so we're going to keep. There is a Sweatsuit Invitational, however, I am not participating this week. All right, we really want to land, but an Overgrown Arch is not a bad draw as well. Funny. Arch enemies here. I'm actually going to play the EDB tapped land so that we have cultivate on 3. Oh yeah, sorry, I haven't updated my record in a bit. We are 1-2. Started on a win, picked up a couple of quick losses. Where is it? Where is it? I know I included it. Didn't I? There it is.
I'll turn this damn bus around. That'll end your precious little field trip pretty damn quick, huh?
Cultivate for swamp and plains. Gets us all of our land sorted. Strong 4-drop, 5 power worth of creatures spread across 2 bodies. But we got some action. Yes, we do. A couple of ways to approach it, but I like Arch. We can even go... I was going to go Arch Putrefy, but maybe I should save the Putrefy? But definitely Arch. And then we can hold up Flunk and Putrefy. It's possible pre-combat they go low enough on cards in hand to get the Professor with Flunk. Flunk the Professor would be funny. No luck on the making it easy on us, so I think I'm going to try for a Putrefy. I guess I'm not going to ever... I'll wait in case they try some combat trick. But now we'll go for it. Should have blocked this, I suppose. I don't know. I was... my mentality was all in the 4-3. I just kind of let this slide by, and I shouldn't have. I was too focused on the big guy. Flunk is -3 right now. Hopefully -4 by the end of next turn. But I'm going to go Letter of Acceptance, Researcher, and then we can both ramp a little bit and start growing our Researcher. Flunk is going to be 4 mana, but it does take out this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could go Flunk plus Campus Guide. Or Amplimancer. We do need to get rid of the flyer, though. We're just going to lose to that. So maybe start there. Why is it saying that? Oh, it's just warning me because of the ward? Yes. I get nervous. Let them double block first and flunk the token. You think they're ever going to double block with the flyer? I think I want the flyer dead anyway. I'm just going to do it. Hold on. Let's send in. I am going to attack here. I might not have lost anything, but by the time I was considering it, I was already too far down the path I was on. Are we blocking anything? And yeah, we're going to go ahead and gain the life here. And how about Amplimancer to set up possible pumps next turn? Campus Guide is pretty whatever here. Don't even know if I want land or not. Probably not. We're going to get whatever land we need from our card draw if we can survive to activate it. Are these instants? Oh yeah, these are instants. So I can threaten a Amplimancer pump and then draw cards if we don't need to. That's scurry stuff. I don't have any thoughts on standard hits or misses other than that they're trying to make every set matter to standard, and R&D plans and the Magic playing community laughs. Wait, where are we? We're on my main phase? Okay. So I drew another Campus Guide. Now I think we're staying back on D. And trouble is I can't play a Campus Guide and threaten the Amplimancer. So I'm just going to pass without playing anything. And decide whether we're crushing disappointment or not. We could even do that first. I'm going to say no attacks, though, and be a little more defensive here. Oppo's racking up some nice-looking stuff. We threaten a 4/4 and a 5/5 on blocks. So let's see what Oppo wants to send into that. Or it looks like they're looking at it. Maybe they're going to go kill the researcher and then attack. No, not kill. We are a little bit short on 2s, and this deck actually wants a lot of land, so getting these on 2 is not that bad. But they're pretty weak. Yeah, they're not great, but I think they're better than people give them credit for. Remember, the starting point of a creature that can attack and block for 2 mana of any color with 2 power as a baseline is playable. It's like a D. I'm not saying you're excited about it, but there's so many worse things than a colorless piker. So I am going to, let's start with a crushing disappointment and see what we're drawing, and then decide if we need to chump here. Lifelink is good to see. I think we can hold off on chumping because of that, with between the replaying the researcher and getting some natural lifelink. I like Campus Guide better than Prismite, I think. I mean, if you really need that... I mean, Prismite you could draw off the top and it could filter you immediately to the color you're missing. But in general, I think I would prefer to just get the land. But yeah, kind of format dependent, that's fair. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I like Researcher Karok here with the Arch ready. And might have to block with the Arch and chump there. But I do like the 3 and the 4 here. Another Aerialist coming back from the Helix, that's going to be a problem too, so got to keep that in mind. It's interesting to see them explore kind of the Prismite type card, though. What kind of 2 mana, 2/1 colorless color fix, mana fixer can you make? So here we are. What are we doing about this threat? We could pump, double block, and try and 1-for-1 for one of these two. But maybe we just... I also would rather chump with the Arch when I can then sack and learn. Could just chump with the Amplimancer even. I'm not double blocking. I considered that briefly, but I think I don't like going to... I don't like going that low on life, so I'm going to chump here. Triple block, I'm not ready for that yet. I'm just going to save some life and try and get back in it off the top. But this is not looking good for us, gang. All right, that's not the worst. What do we learn? Let's go see what our lessons are again. We can get the flyer that blocks in the air. So let's go learn and get an Inkling summoning then. right? Or we could get Introduction to Annihilation, but I think this summoning does the blocking we're looking to have it do. And 1, 2, 3, 4 total mana. Do we have a send in with the sparring regimen? If we send in the researcher, it becomes a 4/4, and we can make it a 5/5, and that's pretty good. So yeah, let's send in the researcher. They don't have great blocks if they try to block it. Yeah, Croc 2. I guess we could, do we send both, or just the Croc? We could go researcher back, send Croc. That gets a 4/4. The 4/4 could be double blocked here, but we would take that trade and it would pump the researcher and give us some life. So that's an interesting take as well. Yeah, I'll do that one. I think you can make a case for either, but you can't send both. We need all of our defenders here. Yeah, Variant Books was called. Somebody was expecting that, so that's what we got there. But we can play this, and we are only mostly, right?
But your friend here is only mostly dead.
That didn't work. Let me try that again.
But your friend here is only mostly dead.
Sure, that's the thing that could happen to us. Why not? I generally don't play this, and you see why I've been so tight on, like, I just want to cast my spells, and colorless lands work so hard against that. But when this card works, it works pretty well. Blocking here and blocking here. Yeah, that's going to do it, gang. We can't win this with Poet taking out the Inkling without a trade. So, thwarted again. Really putting my how are you losing these days to the test, because I'm losing a lot today. Just a lot. And, well, I guess I'm losing okay. I don't feel very tilted. Just kind of not going our way. Frustrating, though. Yeah, here's your pop quiz meme.
All right, pop quiz.
Pop quiz.
Pop quiz.
Pop quiz. Hot
Now,
shot.
what do you do?
What do you do? What do you do? What do you do?
Pop quiz, Ryan. What's your record today? 1-7. Shut up. And waiting for Arena to get its act together. Come on. Let me get let me get through this. I can't be done with the event, Arena, until you deliver me to the freaking landing page. Come on, server, serve it up. All right, finally. All right. All right. All right. Rough one again. But hanging out with you all is still very nice. Thank you for keeping me company through a loss-filled day today. Gonna thank my YouTube friends. Thought that was gonna be partial. Good news, YouTube friends. You got to see the whole event. How about that? I only said you were gonna get a partial event. Instead, I'm like, have the whole thing. Because that's the kind of guy I am. Thank you so much for hanging out, though. Give me a like on the video, say howdy in the comments, and check out my sponsor via the affiliate link, and keep on keeping on. We'll see you next time, YouTube friends.